Next, I'd like to present the 2008 Academic and Professional Achievement Award. Our recipient this year is Dr. Lee Cheek. I thought it was a timely choice this year, with it being an election year. He's had a career studying politics and religion. Lee graduated in 1983 with a bachelor's degree in political science and history. While at Western, he was student body vice president, president of Lambda Chi Alpha fraternity, and a Paul Reed scholarship recipient. He later completed a master's degree in public affairs from Western in 1988. He's also earned a master's degree of divinity from Duke University. He's an ordained United Methodist minister and holds a doctorate in political science from the Catholic University of America. He's had just a wide range of experience in jobs. It's been everything from a congressional aide to a church pastor, which seems to me to be two different ends of the spectrum for jobs there. Currently, he is chair of the Social and Behavioral Sciences Division and political science professor at Brewton-Parker College in Mount Vernon, Georgia. In 2000, 2006, and 2007, the Brewton-Parker College student body named him Professor of the Year. And this year, Brewton-Parker College has bestowed on him the Jordan Excellence in Teaching Award, the institution's most prestigious teaching honor. In addition, we're pleased to announce today that on November 1st, Dr. Cheek will become the Vice President for College Advancement at Brewton-Parker College. He's also written several books. Some of the titles include Political Philosophy and Cultural Renewal and The Limits of Pure Democracy. He's also written many scholarly articles. And a Western alumnus has described Dr. Cheek as one of this country's leading students of American political thought, with a reputation that extends outside the United States also. He's often consulted by foreign governments and scholars regarding the resolution of political disputes in deeply divided societies. We are honored to present you Lee Cheek with the 2008 Academic and Professional Achievement Award.
I don't know what could be more dangerous than to give a microphone to one who's both a political scientist and a clergyman. But I promised just to make a few comments. My wife always times me and gives me signals. I am deeply honored to receive this award, and my first, and I think my current response is that response from pop culture, from the recent movie, Marty, I'm not worthy, I'm not worthy. But thank you, and I'm profoundly honored. Western Carolina has played a vital, central role in my life, and I think of Western Carolina University as a redemptive community. 29 falls ago, I began my life at Western Carolina University as a young scholar in search of the truth. I didn't really know that I was a young scholar, and I didn't know what the truth was. And I'm still developing in both of those regards. But I've been blessed with a great family who is here. My mother, my father could not be here, my wife, and my sister-in-law, and I thank them very much. I would say that almost everything that I've learned at Western Carolina University. It has been a means of personal redemption for me as a scholar and as an individual. In fact, I would say that Western Carolina's notion of liberal education that I experienced and benefited from has guided my whole professional career. What do I mean by liberal learning, liberal education? I would just quote from that great student of education, Cardinal John Henry Newman, in his great work, The Idea of the University, where he describes what's developed. And it's a habit of mind is formed which lasts through life, of which the attributes are freedom, equableness, calmness, moderation, and wisdom. When I began here 29 falls ago, I didn't have any of those qualities. I hope that I have gained because I've had great mentors. And looking at those qualities, Cardinal Newman mentions freedom first. And when I was here as an undergraduate and a political science major, I had a great mentor, Robert William Latimer. And Latimer said political freedom and economic freedom go together. And when you see that nexus, and if you can help promote that nexus, you're going to make the world a better place. And that has been my guiding mission. Also, Cardinal Newman says at the heart of liberal learning is equableness. When I came to Western and was, as my classmate mentioned, vice president of the student body, I was a political partisan. Gordon Mercer will agree with that. I was prone in an ideological direction, as most young people are. But under the tutelage of Gordon Mercer, I developed the quality of equableness. Gordon always told me that we have a two-party system in America. There's something good in both parties. A political scientist should learn from both. And he said, avoid ideologies. That's the way people lose their heads. Literally. Gordon's influence has been overwhelming for the last 30 years. It's hard to believe it's been 30 years. Well, Cardinal Newman also talks about calmness and moderation. When I was an undergraduate here, I was neither calm, nor moderate, nor still for very long. And I had a great mentor who taught me that calmness and moderation are the guides to a good and productive scholarly life. And that mentor was C. Don Livingston, who gave yesterday's wonderful lecture. Don told me that, Lee, you're very hyper. Focus on what's important. Focus on the ultimate truths. Don't be distracted. And when I exaggerated and when I got overly enthused, Don said, keep your eyes on the prize. I thank you very much. The last quality that Cardinal Newman mentions of what it means to be truly educated is wisdom. All of those gentlemen I've mentioned and all that I've encountered, there were actually a few here who did not help me in that pursuit, but I forgive them. I have to go in peace. In terms of wisdom, one of the great models of wisdom on a personal level were Al and Mia Gilman. And I'm glad that Mia could be here today. Along with Don and Bill and Gordon, they taught me just how powerful and how insightful and how vital the Western tradition was, and how I should mind that tradition, and especially when it comes to politics. Now, Al was a math professor, but he loved politics. And he taught me a lot about politics. And I was first introduced to Plato and Aristotle and Athanasius and Newman at the Gilman dinner table. I didn't always know who they were, but they kind of helped me and guided me, and I am forever indebted to them. So, in a sense, my education at Western Carolina was my personal redemption. And I have seen that as a calling to try to encourage and redeem learning in the hearts and minds of my students. Because I take Edmund Burke seriously when he wrote to his friend the Duke of Bedford, and he says, we're all in this together. In education, we all are in that together. Western's not a perfect institution, but like that great American statesman, Daniel Webster, when he was asked, what do you think of your alma mater, Dartmouth? He said, sir, it's a small college, but those of us who have been there love it. Western Carolina, I love you. My mentors, I love you. I am profoundly honored. Thank you.